Welcome guys and good morning. It's Jonathan with One Big Impact. This is our 7-day challenge, a great way to get started. So that being said, let's get rocking, and we got 3 things that we want to cover. So the first thing that I wanted to cover is cooked veggies have a different carbohydrate content than raw veggies. A lot of the times I'll make a meal plan and I'll tell you exactly what you're supposed to be eating. Remember, I'm giving you the contents of whatever that is. If I say it's cooked, and it could be very different. It could be 2 or 3, 4, 5 carbs different if it's raw. So always keep that in mind. I know a lot of people don't really realize that, but yeah, it's definitely different. A lot of the times when you actually cook the vegetable, it can release sugars and everything, and actually it can either go up or down depending on the vegetable. So keep that in mind, guys. The next thing is calories matter. Now, I'm not one of those crazy calorie counters. I don't want you counting calories, but I do want you to remember, just because you are eliminating or reducing, dramatically reducing your carbohydrates intake, that does not mean you can literally eat as many calories as you want, because that's just not true. If you eat 5,000 calories of chicken breast and you sit on your bum for 12 hours, you're going to gain weight. It doesn't matter if it's chicken breast or broccoli or Taco Bell or McDonald's or whatever it is. Just remember, portion control is extremely important. When I tell you 6 ounces, eat 6 ounces. If I tell you a 5-ounce hamburger, do not eat a triple cheeseburger with bacon and all kinds of crap, because I promise you, if you consume this amount of food, not only are you going to be reducing your overall intake of calories for the day, but you're definitely going to be reducing your carbohydrate content, and your portions are going to be regulated on what your body should actually be eating. A lot of us came from, my big thing was portions. The biggest thing that I learned when I went into a low carb regimen was actually, how much am I supposed to be eating? And I got the food and I was like, what the fuck? This is not gonna fill me up. It was a little pile of food. And honestly, after about a week, I was like, is that really what I'm supposed to be doing? And then I did some more research or whatever. So portion control was definitely the most beneficial as far as the education that I got to learn, because I was like, okay, I've been massively overeating for a huge amount of time. So my biggest win with weight loss and being able to understand a low carb regimen was definitely portion control. So keep that in mind. Just because it says, just because you're cutting your carbs doesn't mean you can increase your calories, because if you're not increasing your exercise and everything, you're still going to be in a caloric whatever surplus. So you need to make sure you're in a deficit if you're actually wanting to lose weight. So the last thing that I wanted to cover before we talk a little bit more about the challenge is net carbs. Net carbs I was actually going to save for tomorrow, but we have a lot of challenge members that are actually fairly new to a low carb regimen and they don't really know what it means, and I think it's really important that we touch on it on the first day. So basically, I wrote down what net carbs are. Hopefully you can read that. Net carbs, you have total carbs minus the fiber minus the sugar alcohols equals net carbs. So if you have 10 total carbs and you have 3 fiber and you have 2 sugar alcohols, your net carbs is 5. So that's exactly what you're going to be looking for. It's no more difficult than that. It's really not a big deal. Now just make sure that you're not confusing sugar alcohols with sugar, because if anything has sugar in it, you should not be eating it. Just simply, but a lot of low carb products and stuff will have sugar alcohols, which is totally different. So you definitely keep an eye out for that. But honestly, if you're going to be following my meal plan, you're not going to see any of that issue. You're not going to have any problems like that. You're not even going to be eating nothing but pretty much whole foods. So you'll have no issues whatsoever with that. That being said, if you have any questions about net carbs or how they work, please send me a private message and I will do my best to clarify any confusion that you have. Okay, so an honorable mention, 2 honorable mentions, is if you are not currently taking one, please take a multivitamin. I don't want you to necessarily buy some crazy expensive stuff, but you can go to Wally World and get the Equate brand. I do it, it's like $3 or $4. It's got 100 tablets, lasts me like 3 months. If you're doing extremely strenuous exercises like myself, take 1 and 2 a day. 2 a day is perfectly fine. It's not going to hurt you. Also, another tip, if you are irregular, try a fiber supplement. You should not be, because most people are eating much more vegetables on this regimen, and that's all the fiber, than they were on their own regimen. So definitely keep that in mind. Also, please drink water, guys. We are going to do 7 days of an hour of activity each day. So specifically, I'm in Arizona. It's 100+ degrees. I know Megan and Brad are in Arizona. I know Crystal's in Arizona. I know Isabel's in Arizona. I don't know if anybody, all of those people are necessarily doing the challenge, but I know they are staying active, and there is definitely more people out there where it's hot. Melissa, she said she's got that heat index, whatever that is, but it sounds horrible. And then, so there's definitely hot parts of the world, but it doesn't even matter. You need to drink water, because a lot of the times, by the time you think you're thirsty, it's just way too late. If you're thirsty, you're already dehydrated. So you need to make sure you don't get to the point of thirst, especially when you're outdoors. If you're traveling outdoors and you're going by yourself, please let somebody know where you're going. If you're going hiking, you know, shoot off a text. Hey, I'm going to the river. I'm going to the river on stop D or whatever. Just give them a good idea of where you're going. You don't even have to wait for a response, as long as that, you know, text got shot off or whatever, or tell your kids. Even send yourself an email if you don't, because if you come up missing, you know, somebody's going to look in your email and stuff like that. It's just important that you worry about safety first. If you're going to go hiking and stuff, especially alone, bring a camel pack. And I know Kenny goes hiking and stuff a lot. He was talking about a camel pack last week. It's important that you maybe throw some Band-Aids and you know, maybe a fire starter or something like that, a nice little first aid kit, and just be safe, guys. Maybe a couple extra snacks, and definitely, like I said originally, your water. So definitely keep that in mind. You guys, this is day 1 of the One Big Impact. Great way to get started 7-day challenge. I hope you guys are excited. I am ready. Actually, I want to get the hell out of here so I can go get some activity done. I got to hit the doctor by 8, and it's like 5 something right now. I slept in a little bit too long, but I needed some extra sleep, because this challenge is going to be fun, exciting, and I mean, we're going 7 hours of outdoor activity this week, and I am committing to myself and to you that I'm gonna rock it out there, and I expect you guys to too. If you're new here, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Have a beautiful day, guys. Remember to spread love, not hate. Be stronger than your excuses. Peace.